Hi, I'm Nancy Schick, attorney, mediator, and conflict resolution coach in New York City. My goal is to keep you out of court and build your conflict resolution skills. So Sunday was the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And so I thought it was a good time to talk about ableism. I remember it's still kind of crazy for me to remember that it was 30 years ago because I wasn't a lawyer yet, but I was working in human resources, and I remember it so well, of just the excitement of bringing people in and giving them new opportunities. So I wanted to just bring that forward today and talk a little bit about ableism. And if you're not familiar with what that word is, it's where our implicit or hidden biases have us underestimate what someone can do because of their real or perceived disability. So I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to avoid that, because if you're a manager or a small business owner, anyone who has employees, these kinds of things can get you sued, right? If even under the best intentions, what can happen is you try to adapt your workplace before you've had a good conversation with the candidate or the employee. And again, that can get you sued or get a complaint with one of the administrative agencies. So your 3 tips are: first, always focus on the essential functions of the job. And that can get a little dicey these days because of the pandemic and people are working from home. There are new flexible work structures, and that isn't always easy to accommodate. You know, there are people that don't maybe have the technology at home to continue working, but it might be reasonable to help them with a piece of technology that will allow them to continue to do their job. Now, again, this can get dicey because you want to, number 2, trust the candidate or the employee to tell you whether they need an accommodation. And if you don't, and you just look at someone and assume that they might need one, and you approach that before they ask for it, you might end up with a complaint because your perception of a limitation is now having you possibly discriminate against them. Third, once you've had that conversation where the employer candidate has come to you requesting an accommodation, you want to defer to the doctors on what that accommodation is. It's usually going to come from a medical doctor. And then you're going to have to look at whether your workplace can actually accommodate that. And you're welcome to suggest other things that are reasonable to accommodate, but a lot of this is really about conversation. So I do coaching, training, mediation. I do a lot of work in this area. So if you have questions, please reach out. And in the meantime, keep listening with your third ear for those hurts you can heal. And one of the things that you can do with that is provide people opportunities and treat them fairly.